and you know, it's the middle of the season. Guys are banged up. Sometimes it takes a little bit more to get things going, and hats off to them for starting fast, man. But I think when you look at how everything unfolded in the first half, my drop turned into, you know, an interception, things like that. Like, it was kind of us dictating how we were playing, and you know, when we decided at the second half to just rally together, match that energy, and play fast, play strong, play physical, man, we ended up putting some points on the board.
And Pat made that point with Lisa, like, that's going to happen. But I think what you guys are, you're great at a long list of things, but I think your all's ability to just flush it, and it's a cliche, but next play is what I think you guys are as good at as anybody. Is that sort of a conscious thing?
And every single game has its different challenges. You know, you got to kind of figure that out on the run with the guys that are in the building and the guys that are stepping up in positions, knowing we were a little banged up today. So it's just it's always moving forward, but we got the leadership and we got the head coach to be able to get it done versus anybody.
So I asked Joe this question, and I asked Troy this question. I'm going to ask you this question. So it's Monday night down in Jacksonville. You guys lose a wild game, and you're 2-3. And I know you guys can tune it out, but you also have the chatter. You hear people talking, man, the Chiefs 2-3. What's going on? This and that. A month later, and I just said to them, you all feel inevitable. Your ability as a group to just hold down the fort until you get everybody back and move forward with the understanding we've lived in this space for basically a decade. What was the month like from Jacksonville to now in terms of where you guys have gotten to as a group?
I think the biggest thing is just what do we see in the building? What do we see on the film? We were a handful of plays, like 5 to 6 plays away from being undefeated at that point.
Right.
And that's what was real from what I saw on the film, and it was all self-inflicted wounds. And from that point on, you circle the wagons, man. We got a lot of people that love this game, that love to come into work and build the chemistry and find ways to get better every single week. And, you know, I think Coach Reed does it better than anybody, man.
Yeah, but Patrick mentioned, you know, like, you're the head chief. You're the dude. You're the guy that sets the culture around here. What does that mean to you? The idea of being a guy that, in terms of demeanor and play and professionalism, to set the tone for the group. How do you approach that?
I'm just the old lucky dog that's still able to do this thing, man. I'm putting on the pads like I'm 15 years old again, man, and I'm loving every single bit of it, man.
I mean, that's real. I mean, your soon-to-be bride called you a human exclamation point, and I told you, I said I love that because I think I really believe that's what you are, and that's who you've always been.
Juice, baby.
But since I've known you, and then you've become a totally different guy because you're a true Hall of Famer at this stage of your life, but you maintain an enthusiasm. How have you done that?
Well, like one of my old coaches used to say, either you're a fountain or you're a drain, baby. Either you're giving me life or you're taking it out of me, man. And I like to fuel people with happiness and excitement and get the things fixed that need to get fixed, and at the same time bring some swagger, bring some excitement, and bring some fun to work. And that's
still got some juice.
Who I am, baby.
Still got some juice.
Heck yeah, baby. I gotta find a way to get in the end zone a few more times. But other than that,
one more.
Rocking and rolling.
Hey, one more time, and then it's you above Priest. I said this on the highlight. I hope the young folks know that Priest Holmes could go, man. You talk about the history of this franchise.
I grew up watching that guy with Tony Gonzalez, and even when I came here to Kansas City, I wanted to watch some film on what these guys were all about. What's the kingdom really have in terms of the history? And I watched that guy go and go, and man, it was amazing to see just from like from the football views of how great that man was, and to be in his company, or even to be up here in Kansas City playing in the same jerseys he played in, man, it's an absolute honor.
Well, and you're side by side, and the next one will put you above him for all time. I'm told that keep the monitor here. We got somebody. There you go. All right.
Oh yeah.
All right, there we go.
Oh, let's go, baby.
Yeah, that's
actually what I look like too, man.
No.
Just as furry.
There, well, maybe that, but you gotten things firmed up this year. You're in great shape. And by the way, you're always incredibly gracious with your time to join me.
Always.
But you could say no because we wear you out. They said, "Who do you want tonight?" I said, "We wear Kelce out."
Listen, I only come up here if I feel like I played good enough to come up here, man. I told my brother, you never skip out on SVP, man. You get the opportunity.
He did that when he was still playing, but that's another topic for another day. Meanwhile, this man set some history, kind enough to join us. Stay healthy. I know the bye's coming soon, and you guys could use it to get well, but your guys are rolling, and feels like we'll see you down the road somewhere important when it gets.
Keep my fingers crossed and keep grinding, baby. Appreciate you always.
Stay healthy. Ladies and gentlemen, the great history-making tight end.
Kingdom, baby. Let's roll.
Appreciate you, brother. Be well. Travis Kelce and the Chiefs, a big second half, and they win 28-7. He and Priest Holmes tied atop the touchdown list all time in the history of this proud Kansas City Chiefs franchise as they roll in the second half. And he's going to go say hi to some folks. Oh, is that the prosthetic limb? I remember that. I think his brother signed the prosthetic limb. I think I might have signed it. As one does. When a prosthetic limb is produced, could you sign this? I'd be happy to do just that.
Travis Kelce isn't just rewriting NFL history, he's redefining what it means to be a legend. At 36 years old, the Kansas City Chiefs tight end has already carved his name into football immortality. A future Hall of Famer by every measure, Kelce has been a 4-time first-team All-Pro, a 3-time second-teamer, and has earned 10 Pro Bowl selections. His career isn't just decorated, it's gilded. He holds the NFL's all-time records for postseason receptions 172, 100-yard playoff games 9, and Super Bowl receptions 35. And as if that wasn't enough, he's shattered his own team's record books. Kelce stands alone at the top of the Chiefs' all-time leaderboard with 1,035 receptions, 12,526 receiving yards, and 79 touchdowns. Numbers that would make even the greatest wide receivers envious. Among tight ends, no one comes close. The most 1,000-yard seasons 7, most 100-catch seasons 3, most 100-yard games 37, and the single-season receiving record 1,416 yards. Monday night's touchdown was just the latest chapter in a story that feels larger than life. One where every game adds another line to his ever-growing legend. But as electric as Kelce's performance was on the field, all eyes couldn't help but drift toward the private suite high above. Arrowhead Stadium, where two of Kansas City's most glamorous figures were making headlines of their own. Taylor Swift and Brittany Mahomes turned the night into something that felt halfway between a championship game and a Hollywood premiere. Swift, 35, was impossible to miss, dressed in a red turtleneck that matched the Chiefs' colors. Her signature red lipstick gleamed under the stadium lights as she cheered, laughed, and embraced Brittany. Her hair was swept elegantly into a low bun, and yes, her engagement ring sparkled every time she waved toward the field. Beside her, Brittany Mahomes glowed in her own red ensemble, blonde curls cascading freely around her shoulders. Together, they were the ultimate support squad, the pop star and the football wife, celebrating every play, every touchdown, every victory as if it were their own. Down on the turf, their partners, Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes, were in perfect sync, the heartbeat of Kansas City. When Kelce caught his touchdown pass, the suite erupted. Swift jumped up, clapping with infectious joy, while Brittany hugged her so tightly that fans online later joked they looked like teammates celebrating a championship win. It wasn't just a game. It was a moment, one that perfectly blended football, fame, and love. What makes this era of Travis Kelce so fascinating isn't just his dominance in the game, it's the way his personal life has become intertwined with one of the most famous women in the world. Taylor Swift's presence in the stands has become as much a part of the Chiefs' lore as Mahomes' no-look passes or Kelce's end-zone dances. Yet, unlike the whirlwind media frenzy that followed her last few high-profile relationships, Swift has played this one differently. She's been deliberate, calm, and quietly consistent. While she's skipped the constant interviews and social media teases, she hasn't missed a single Chiefs home game this season. She was there through the September heartbreak against the Philadelphia Eagles and cheered through every October win from the Detroit Lions to the Las Vegas Raiders. Her presence has become almost symbolic, a talisman of good, fortune, and fierce loyalty. The couple's engagement earlier this year felt less like tabloid fodder and more like the happy conclusion to a modern love story the public has watched unfold in real time. In August, they shared their engagement photos on Instagram with a caption that perfectly captured their humor and charm. Your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married. It was playful, personal, and undeniably them. Swift later revealed during her press tour for her new album, The Life of a Showgirl, that the proposal wasn't just romantic, it was orchestrated with classic Kelce charm. He'd proposed shortly after they recorded her debut appearance on his New Heights podcast, cleverly using it as a distraction to set up the surprise. For Travis, the podcast was sort of a ruse. Swift told Jimmy Fallon on The Tonight Show, "I thought he was just focused on recording. He kept saying things like, 'My heart's racing. I just really want this to be what you hoped for.' And I remember thinking, why is he nervous about a podcast?" That nervousness, it turned out, had nothing to do with microphones and everything to do with the diamond ring waiting behind the scenes. Swift said she'd never seen him nervous before. He's professionally not a nervous person, which made the moment even more special. The man who dominates defenses and commands. Locker rooms had been undone by love. And maybe that's what makes their story so captivating. It's not just about football or fame, it's about two people at the very top of their worlds, finding something real in the middle of all the noise. Kelce, with his warrior-like focus and larger-than-life confidence, has found balance in Swift's creative.com. Swift, who's lived a life under a microscope, has found a kind of normalcy in the chaos of game days and locker room celebrations. The sight of her at Arrowhead, cheering alongside Brittany Mahomes, feels symbolic of how seamlessly she's blended into his world. Not as a celebrity cameo, but as a genuine partner. And as Kelce continues to break records and redefine what greatness looks like, her presence adds a layer of warmth to his story. By the end of Monday night, the Chiefs had secured another victory, and fans once again flooded social media with clips of Swift's reactions, Kelce's post-game grin, and the now iconic image of love meeting legacy under the bright lights of Arrowhead Stadium. Travis Kelce may be chasing NFL immortality, but in the eyes of millions watching, he's already achieved something even rarer. A perfect balance between the field and the heart. Every record he breaks, every touchdown he scores, seems to tell the same story. Greatness isn't just about numbers. Sometimes, it's about the people cheering for you in the stands. End for Travis Kelce. Those cheers, especially the ones from Taylor Swift, are louder, prouder, and more meaningful than ever.